Hi friends, it's Sis here. So today I will be sharing a couple pages that I will be adding some little bits and pieces to. I'm just going to decorate the pages, and these are new washi tape that I recently ordered, and I'm having a hard time opening the washi tape, and it feels like it's very stuck. It's actually ripping apart, and I'm wondering if any of you have any tips on how to avoid this from happening. I'm also hoping that it doesn't happen with all the rolls, but I was so excited when I found these because I love the images on them, but also it's the largest washi tape I've ever really used. And so I was looking forward to being able to manage removing, the pieces from it. But for some reason, it just seems to be ripping apart. So I'm hoping that the others are not this bad. So in this journal with me, I'm just going to be flipping back and forth in my traveler's notebook. This is one of the handmade ones that I make. And if you haven't seen my other journal with me videos, I will link them below. I try and share the journal with me videos, as well as I have a glue book style where I just document things that I've created, happy mail, and that sort of stuff. So because this TN is almost full, I need to also start preparing for my next journal, and I haven't quite decided what size I'm going to use. So given that these new washi tapes that I've recently acquired are quite large, maybe I'll start a larger journal with maybe like a 9x6 size with the pages. So let me know what you guys think. What style of journal do you think I should work on next? I have done the Traveler's Notebook. This is, I believe, the second one that I've shared with you guys. So I'm thinking maybe I'll go with a larger version, or maybe back to my pocket size. That's the fun part of making journals and being able to, kind of create your own sizes. But at the same time, there's just too many options, I guess, and so it kind of limits me of when I should get started and the next ones I need. But I have found that adding postcards to these traveler's notebooks, or photos and stuff, it's a little limiting because of the size. So maybe I will try a larger one next. So as you can see here, I've just gone back and forth with a few pages, just adding some of the washi tape to them. And I do enjoy doing this process of adding things to pages before I journal. And sometimes it's nice to do that because you can then, open up a page next time you're ready to journal and have some decorations on it already. I do enjoy adding things that I've either recently purchased or things that I've received in the mail. And I'm hoping to do a style like, I think Gail does them. I'm sure more people do, but I've seen her do just like a friends style journal where you just enter everything you get from your friends and happy mail and stuff. So I think that's a fun idea. I kind of combine mine with, family events and things like that, but I'm wondering if I should dedicate an entire journal to, like, swap mail and happy mail. I don't know. Do you guys do that? I know you can't answer right now, but leave it in the comments and let me know what other uses you have for journals. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. Here I'm just cutting up some of the images that I'm thinking I will be using. And again, I have to separate it because the washi tape is quite large for the page, so it looks like I have to kind of divide it in the pages. So I think next I'll probably be focusing on one page and then trying to finish that spread a little bit. I don't quite remember what I did on this one. Again, this has been pre-recorded. Sometimes I just, when there's sunlight, I do just turn on the camera and kind of record what I'm doing, because otherwise I may not have proper lighting to show what I'm doing next time, and so I kind of try and take advantage of that. So I don't date my entries, as you have noticed, unless it's a special day that I'm, you know, interested in journaling about. But this particular journal will have a month that I start. So I will date the month that I started and the day of when I started it. And then when it is complete, I will write that date somewhere, and that's about it. So I know a timeline of when I was using it. This way it also gives me an idea, but I love the freedom of going back and forth in the pages and being able to add things wherever I want, whenever I feel like adding them. So here I'm just, I found these extra little cuts that I have. I did use these in a project before, and I will link the Etsy shop below where they came from. I love them because they look like ribbons, like fabric pieces, but they're not, so they're not as bulky. And so you get to kind of decorate a page with what looks like could be a really nice trim, but it really doesn't get in the way. So I'll just be adding the pieces here. And I also want to mention, thank you so much to the wonderful comments I've been getting on my channel recently. I do have a giveaway. If you haven't seen it, and it's still open when you watch this video, you can still enter my giveaway. I can't believe I am over 5,000 subbies at this point. I'm so excited and thankful. So I will link that video below if you haven't entered. It's got some fun prizes at this point, and I'm just hoping to keep coming up with ideas of you know, of things to share with you guys. And this actually makes me think of something. This little postage stamp that I'll be using. I was thinking of kind of adding postcards more to my journals, and I love postcards from all over the world. I would love to have them. So if you're interested in doing, you know, like sending me a postcard from wherever you're watching, I would love to get that. So I will leave my details below where you can mail a postcard, and of course I will be replying depending on how many I get. I guess that'll be how quickly I'll be able to reply to you. But I think I'd love to start doing that. I'd love to see postcards from where you're from, and also, you know, just give me quick details, what the weather is like where you're at, and just fun things like that. I really would like to get to know you guys a little bit more. And just get to share, you know, what's going on in my life with you guys. So I guess it's like a pen pal letter. If you want to send a letter, that's also cool. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'd really love to fill a journal with postcards or letters from different countries, and you know, get the envelopes with the different postcards, etc. So here I am trying to doodle that that leaf that's at the top in that washi. And I don't pre-sketch anything, you guys. I'm sort of just going with the flow. So I wasn't really happy how it was turning out, but really I'm just going to go with it. This kind of will eventually show, you know, when I see this in the future, how I just sort of attempted this and tried it, whether I think it turned out well or it didn't. I was considering covering this up, but then I thought, no, you know, this is why I do this, just to see where I was at this point in time and to enjoy the process, whether it looks good or not. It's, you know, it's just something fun to do. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm just going to try and keep doodling as I go along as well, whenever I get the inspiration. And at this point, the washi tape just really made me want to try to do some doodling. And I'm going to attempt the next little doodle, but this one I'm using a pen that has a firmer tip, so it's a little bit easier to control it. And that's probably going to be for my doodle part there. And as you saw on the right side of the page, I did cover it with this really nice paper that I recently found. It's an unbleached paper from a store called Muji. And I really like covering up some pages that already have some writing on them, or in this particular case, it was like a page from a music book. So I've covered up some of the text, but not all of it. I still like to see that it's coming through. but then I can journal right on top of that, or I can, you know, add a quote. Here I just grabbed some images that I had from a paper pack. I think it was a tea and coffee paper pack. And I love the images, so I had cut them up and kind of leave them ready in a little box for me to use. And I really enjoyed this this one here. So that's just sort of how I sometimes prep myself for journaling, as I collect my images that I'm thinking of adding, magazines or paper packs, etc., and then just kind of have them ready to add to my spot. So I think that's it for this spread, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to just be maybe adding a quote here and there, and then I'll just see what else I come up with. So questions, comments, please leave them below. I hope you enjoyed the share. I know that some of you had requested I do a few more journal with me videos, so I'm going to try and do a few more of those, as well as craft with me videos. So maybe decorating more of my journals while you guys watch, or craft with me, etc. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.